It's Katie Lee, and this is Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast, a replay of today's full show. Z103, it's Katie Lee. You know, once upon a time, I didn't have to worry about Nick's really bugging me when I was eating dinner, but now this girl just sits there and she drools, and literally, she is like maybe 5 inches away from my face when I'm trying to eat my dinner. I'm just like, girl, if you don't back up, you're going to go sit outside until I am done eating. Once upon a time, she would be such a calm and sweet little puppy dog. She'd sit on her side of the couch and just glance at me every now and then. Then I made one mistake and I gave her one green bean like a month ago. And then ever since then, it's been slowly getting more and more annoying. And I'm just like, I gave you one green bean one time. And now I'm going to be stuck with this face right next to me, right next to my food for the rest of my life. For the rest of her life, at least. I love her. I do. And I have to, push her nose away. And I'm just like, if you lick my sandwich, I'm going to beat you. Not actually. I would never beat her. Ever, 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 ever. It's just... Anyways, no worries on this. Okay, now we got to redo this. Redo. Z103, it's Katie Lee. You know, I never really had a problem with Nyx bugging me while I ate my food. She was always just in her own little world. But then, I think it was 2 weeks ago where I accidentally, it wasn't accidentally. I felt in a giving mood. And so I gave her one single plain green bean off of my plate. And ever since then, anytime that I go and I eat dinner, her face is 5 inches away from me. Okay? And she's just like, please, can I have some? I'm just like, no, you cannot have any of my cheesy rice. I do love her. I do. But if I wouldn't have given her that one single green bean from off my plate, we'd still probably be in the blissful world of she doesn't really care. So if anybody has any ideas of what to do, 208-524-1033, or I'm just going to be stuck with this for the rest of the time. Which, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I love her to death. One thing that makes me laugh is that she loves to sleep underneath the Christmas tree, but as soon as she hears me open up the pretzel bag, I don't give her any of the pretzels, but as soon as she hears me open it, she's just like, oh, I'm awake. I'm just like, girl. The ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz sold for a redonkulous amount of $28 million. Whew. And that makes them the most expensive item of entertainment memorabilia ever sold. Crazy. Moana 2 held on to the top spot at the box office, as it should. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. Let's see. We now have... Where'd it go? Oh, Tom Selleck would like to work with Taylor Sheridan because, quote, I want to sit on a horse again. Okay. Snoop Dogg is in the top 1% of Madden players. Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets Department is back at number 1 on the Billboard 200 thanks to the physical release of the Anthology Edition. And let's see. One of the highlights of Sabrina Carpenter's Netflix Christmas special is her duet with Chappell Roan. And Olympic breakdancing superstar Rachel Gunn is instructed her lawyers to shut down a production called Ray Gun, the musical, because she's worried it would damage her brand. Okay. That's your 2 o'clock tea here on Z103. If you're driving in your car listening to Christmas music, you might want to avoid this one song. A study recently found that songs with over 120 beats per minute can lead to dangerous driving, making Frosty the Snowman the most dangerous Christmas song because it has 172, followed by Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. So, might as well just avoid the one song or the 2 songs. Just stay safe out there. Z103, it's Katie Lee. I'm not going to lie, I have really been enjoying the weather that we have this December. I know everybody wants snow, but I don't. I would be totally okay if all of the snow just stayed up in the mountains and we could just enjoy the weather that we've been having out here because I can go on walks with my dog. I don't have to worry about driving to work in the snow in dangerous conditions. And I feel like the sun has just been out a lot more. I feel like it's going to be great if we don't have any snow. I know. I've lived here my whole entire life, okay? I love snow. I do. Maybe we just hold off until January to get snow. Or at least until Christmas Day. We can get snow on Christmas Day and they can melt. I don't know. I really don't want snow this year. I don't know why, but I just don't. I feel like last year, snow really gave me some PTSD or something because I'm not in the mood for it whatsoever. I know people are going to be like, well, if you don't want snow, then move away to another state. Well, I don't want it because I lived here my whole entire life, okay? I've just really enjoyed the sunshine, okay? Man, I thought trees at the stores were expensive, but no. The world's most expensive Christmas tree has been unveiled in Germany, and it's actually not a real tree. It's a 10-foot tall tree that was created from 2,224 gold coins, and it's worth more than $5 million. I really don't think that counts as an actual tree. Like, it literally just looks like a really, really, really extendedly tall pyramid. Like, it's not a tree. It's not. It's too blocky. It doesn't count. Z103, it's Katie Lee. All right, so I don't know if anybody's gotten their Christmas shopping done, but if you don't, I got some hacks for you to crush your gift list without, demolishing your wallet. So, gifts under $50. Think like personal mugs, plant pots, local goodies, support local small businesses. It's awesome, and usually they're budget friendly and they're actually meaningful. The other one is shop smarter. So you can try cart stocking online for discount codes, or this is another tip, hit stores midweek mornings for fewer crowds. And then this was another one that I actually really love, DIY gifts that wow. So you can do a gourmet hot cocoa kit or something that's homemade and heartfelt, something that kind of includes that gifts under $50. Here's something that you can try. Get a flower pot. If you have a friend that loves indoor plants, get a flower pot. And then do like a indoor plant starter kit. All the things that they would need to keep that plant alive. Give them tips on how to keep it alive. I don't know. Something that would be fun. Things like that. Simple, but so like thought through and cute. So what's the best deal that you have snagged so far this Christmas, this shopping season? 208-524-1033. What are some fun other ideas that you have for like gifts under $50? Or DIY gifts. 208-524-1033. If you had to swap places with a holiday character for a week, like Frosty the Snowman or even the Grinch, who would you choose and what chaos would you cause? 208-524-1033 or go comment on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. Honestly, for me, I want to be Buddy the Elf because I just want to be able to walk around the whole entire world and just be like, Santa! And be so excited. Because why not? I know him. You're not Santa. Sorry. Okay, back on Facebook. Z103 Idaho. Maxine says, I choose Grinch, but I want it to be after he realizes everyone isn't terrible. Going through life, but learning to love the outcome. Aw, how sweet. Zach says Jack Frost. Why? To make too cold to go outside shopping, especially on the weekends. I read that word for word, just so we know. Yes. Let's see. There was another one that I had through the messenger that just all they said was heat miser. So let me know. 208-524-1033. If you had to swap places with a holiday character for a week, like Frosty the Snowman or even the Grinch, who would you choose and what chaos would you cause? 208-524-1033 or on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. It's been 2 years, and I never even got to go see the Eras Tour. It started in March 2023, and all I got to say is I'm so bummed that I never actually got to go and see it. And I never will, because now it's done. All right, I was looking through some things to talk about today, and I saw this article that I'm not going to share with you. I'm just going to read the headline of it. It says, does drinking from a straw really give you wrinkles? And I literally just had this conversation with a friend not too long ago about wrinkles and gray hair and all of these things. And I just want to tell everybody that wrinkles aren't a bad thing. Neither is gray hair. I understand that I complain a lot about getting old. I mean, I'm only 27, but I've also already seen changes within me about how I am getting older. But wrinkles, gray hair, all the things that are going on, it shows that you are living life, okay? You are aging perfectly. So let there be smile lines or drinking from a straw lines. Let there be some beautiful silver fox streaking through your hair, okay? Everybody's going to love you no matter what. Okay? Whether you got some wrinkles, whether you got gray hair, it's what matters about what's on the inside, remember? Okay? So with that, on the inside, make sure you're staying at least a little bit healthy too, so your inside is healthy as well. Drink some water today if you haven't yet, but embrace those wrinkles and gray hair, my friends. Do it. Z103, it's Katie Lee. If you want to write to Santa anytime through the year, guess what? You can, because there's a magical post office where letters to Santa get a VIP route straight to the North Pole all year long, okay? So it's located in Finland, and it's called the Santa Claus Main Post Office. And it is staffed by full-time elves, okay? And it actually is a government-funded post office, and it's been operating since 1991, and they sort through hundreds and thousands of letters every single year. And the thing about it is that it's not just for kids, okay? Adults, you can write to Santa Claus too. There have been adults asking Santa and the elves for advice on relationships, studies, and even life itself. And sometimes some letters come with gifts like drawings, wool socks, and they're just proving that Santa is inspiring the gift of giving. And you know, Santa can't reply to every single letter. There are heartfelt notes from hospitals, schools, and other organizations often get a special response, okay? So, Mom, Dad, Munchkins, write that letter to Santa, whether it's December, January, July. Santa's always waiting, and the elves are there to help you. I'm sorry, but this is so funny. I've been wanting to do something like this for so long. The city of Bend, Oregon is looking for the vandal who has been sticking googly eyes on everything in town. And I guess it's getting so out of hand that the city made a social media post about it, and they are begging the perpetrator to knock it off, literally, to knock it off. And they shared some photos, and they said, the googly eyes placed on various art pieces around town might give you a chuckle, but it costs money to remove them with care to not damage the art. Let's stay away from adhesives, graffiti, and all things that can damage the art. And they say that there's been at least $1,500 in damage so far. So most of the comments are poking fun at the government for going after the person who did this. But since there is like actual damage happening, the person who is responsible could be facing charges if they're caught. I'm sorry, but this is so funny. These are so funny. Oh, come on. That's not even that much damage. Come on. All you got to do is pull off the tape on that one. Bend, Oregon. They got a little a statue of an elk with the googly eyes. It's funny. Z103, it's Katie Lee, and I'm out of here for the day, my friends. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Y'all stay safe, stay legit, be awesome, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for listening to Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Katie Lee on Z103 is hosted by Katie Lee and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.